Hope you guys are good. It's been a minute, but we're back. Welcome to the Face Behind the Brand. Welcome back. You're gonna know I am good. Reset me and my legacy. And I wish you would. What's going on, Jonathan Busby? Read my story. You're gonna know. Come on in. What's going on, Anton Attila? Welcome to the Face Behind the Brand. We have a wonderful show for you tonight. It's tonight over in Eastern Europe, okay? It's today here in California. And I am really excited to introduce an amazing artist to you guys. And she is going to be here shortly. So welcome, welcome. Come on in. Welcome to the Face Behind the Brand. Excited to have you all tonight, today. Come in, come in. We'll give her a little time to get set up. Welcome to the Face Behind the Brand. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Face Behind the Brand. I am so excited. I see our beautiful friends. I'm gonna let her in.
I'm like, hey!
Hey!
Hey, how are you doing?
Hey, beautiful.
Hey,
How are you?
Can you see me? Everything's great.
Good. You look beautiful. I'm gonna play a little bit of your music some more and get everybody to come on in.
Yeah, that's really
Welcome, welcome to
awesome.
the Face Behind the Brand.
Thank you so much for inviting me.
I love this visual.
That was a tough one. That was a tough one.
Yes. You can hear it okay?
Yeah, I can hear you well.
Hey.
I lose my mind, you waste my time.
I just want to dive in. Out of love, out of love.
It's like, you know, every time people do it, I'm like, what? Like, people are singing my song? What? Is this happening? You
Turn
look
it down.
beautiful today. I like your earrings. So pretty.
Beautiful. Absolutely amazing. Amazing visual.
Oh, I will tell you the story behind. It's really worth hearing.
You are actually just absolutely incredible. I'm so excited
Thank
to
you,
have you.
darling. It's like, it's tough. I'll tell you the story later. Later.
Okay. Well, in the meantime, welcome to the Face Behind the Brand. I am your host, Monique Marie, and you are the incredible
Oh,
international recording artist, singer, songwriter, LINATA.
hi. As always, I'm a little bit ashamed, and I was preparing for this interview, and
Well,
like
you're
just
gonna be.
emotionally to get into the vibe, and I'm
Oh,
so thankful, and I'm so glad that I'm here, and thank you so much for inviting me. It like you can't even imagine how much it means to me. It's just like I really appreciate your attention, and it's like kind of a true belief in what I do, and
yeah,
it's absolutely incredible. And I know that you do music as well, and that's like, that's a higher range of like appreciation, and like, it's like when you hear that from people who also do music, it's like it's different, and you're like,
yeah.
whoa, probably I'm really good.
Yeah, well, and not just that, Lenata, I vibe off of energy. I mean, you remember we talked about this a lot, and there's so many of us out here, some, it's like competitive, like, right? But at the same time, um, I just noticed by me showing love to others who are definitely genuine, it puts me in a position as well. So I can appreciate you as a singer and a songwriter, and for one, I love your voice. I love your energy, your style. You're beautiful. So I had to have
Thank
you on the
you.
show.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
So you are in Eastern Europe. You are in Ukraine, correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay.
I'm here right now.
Yeah. So 8 o'clock over there. It's 10 o'clock my time here in the Bay Area, California.
That's only the start of the day.
Girl, you see me? I got, I just start drinking coffee again.
That's awesome. That seems like a beautiful morning.
Yeah, it's a beautiful morning. So tell me a little bit about yourself. For my people here that are in California, that are in New York, Midwest, tell everyone who is Lanata.
Well, first of all, I guess that's what I was talking about for the past few weeks, because like I'm trying to see what I can bring to people. Like I'm doing my Instagram, and I'm like telling people who I am, what I do. Here's like
Yeah,
my music.
yeah,
So first of all, I'm a woman. I'm the same alive person as anyone on the planet Earth. I have the same struggles. I have the same issues.
yeah,
And with this much, I still believe in something good. And I believe in music. And I believe that music can heal.
mm,
And I really love singing. And for the past few years, I've been writing a lot. And since now on, I really like writing music and writing texts and lyrics, and it kind of heals me, and I feel like it can heal people. So I
yeah,
received some letters like it already does. It's happening, and I'm like, what? I have the goosebumps, and when people tell me like, whoa, this like, I have an insight. I never thought of this in this way,
yeah,
and I feel like it's a huge influence, and I need to be aware of like what I'm saying and what I'm constantly, uh, expressing
yeah,
or like
absolutely. Yeah.
spreading.
Well, speaking of writing, you have had the opportunity to work with some amazing writers.
Yeah,
One of them, I was, as I was doing my research, still discovering more about you myself. I discovered, of course, you had the opportunity to write with um, Judd Friedman. And if for anyone who doesn't know who that is, he wrote a lot of songs. He still for Whitney Houston. "Run to You" comes to
yeah.
mind. So talk to me about that opportunity of working with Judd Friedman.
I didn't have really like the opportunity to work with him like one by one, but I
Uh-huh.
had the opportunity to work with him in a group,
Yes.
and he is really amazing, and he's really incredible. So he's like, when I see people who were really successful, but now they're still doing what they were doing, and they still in love with this. I
Yeah.
get so inspired that I'm like, I'm a whole goosebump right now.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's like, it's so true. I believe the main secret is just to love what you do. So talking about him, he has few like some courses, like co-writing courses and stuff. And I was lucky to find him because actually I was looking for someone who I can work with in Italy. And I was just like Googling songwriters who wrote like huge songs. And there's a singer, her name is Georgia, and she's huge in Italy. So she had like beautiful song, and I was just looking like who is the co-writer? And I Googled Jude, and I thought that he's Italian. But when I texted him, he's like, oh, I live in LA, I'm in California. I'm like, cool.
Wow.
I
Wow.
had no idea that he was working with Whitney Houston and he was
Girl.
huge. So I
Yeah.
just texted him. He's like, whoa, like come to my class. It's just like inviting you. I'm like,
Woo.
what? Okay, that's awesome. That's what
Yeah.
I was actually looking for. And so yeah, we had like a few sessions, and he's given. He's really like he's kind of he can sense you in a way, like he can feel what you're thinking and what do you want to say. So he's like pursuing you to think bigger and larger and in a different way, because there are like songs and people already said the words I love you, so how can you say it in a different way? So he was giving an example, like Ariana Grande,
Yes.
she says almost the same thing by saying broke up with your girlfriend.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? She's not saying I love you, but you
Yeah.
know. So yeah, it's like learning from the best is is a huge opportunity for me. And every time I do it and this opportunity comes to me, I'm really surprised, and I'm like, I can't believe it. I'm like, how did this happen? How did it well that way?
Well, you
So
know how God works for one.
I
You know,
believe so.
and divine intervention, and just like what we talked about when we came in. I think when you're good to others and you do good upon unto others, it's natural, for the blessing to take place, and the energy. I mean, it's just you're on a high vibration. So it's like when you stay at that level, it just continues to take you even higher. So I just think it's amazing.
Yeah.
Who are some of the people around you as far as growing up? Where does this gift come from? This voice, this performance voice?
I'm not really sure that there were like someone in my family.
Yeah.
There was like my family is totally like apart from music. Like my
Wow.
mom, she used to really love acting, and she
Hmm.
was like she was studying in university, learning this profession, but she's not an actress right now. And my dad, he's a pilot. It's like they're just like usual, they had
Yeah.
usual professions. So me as well, I also have a master degree in copyright law. So I have like, this type of education that sort of gives me the opportunity to read the contracts. And the main thing for me, I really appreciate this. It's not a gift, it's like hard work, but I can speak English and I can understand it, and I'm still improving. And like I see people who struggle with this right now, like the older you become, it's harder for you to learn.
Yeah.
And I see how hard it is for them to do that, and I'm like, just like do it like a push-up, like if you
Yeah.
write song every day, just learn English, like if you
Yeah.
want
Yeah.
this abs, just do a push-up.
Yeah.
But it's really hard, and I really appreciate this time that I spent learning. uh, but considering the music in my life when I was growing up, there were like not much of it. I didn't see anyone around me singing, so I was the only one who was watching MTV or like some soap operas that were really popular that days, like from the Brazil and Chile. And there was one like with Natalia Oreiro that was huge on Russian TV, and I was just like listening to that. I was like a little kid. I was just like going from the room to the room, like pretending that I'm singing.
Yeah.
And one day I was just on stage, and my mom saw me for the first time singing on the stage, and she was like, do you so you sing, right? Oh, okay. How did I miss? What's happening?
Funny.
was like really, you know, I was ashamed of it, and I was like
Really?
really
Why?
close. I don't know. I felt like no one may like it, or I may like trouble someone with this, or like, you know, just
Yeah,
like, yeah. So I was really like,
that's crazy.
uh, yeah,
Well, I
not
have to
showing up.
say, I am so glad to, to see you because you came by and stopped by when I was interviewing Nick Olson. You
Yeah,
supported
that's
me, and
true.
then shout out to Nick Olson. And I was just so thankful we started following each other, we connected, and just to discover all your talent. And like you now discovering you have a degree in copyright law. This is crazy. Copyright law. What's I see? I kill Ali from the East Coast on the line. That's another artist,
Oh,
girlfriend. Okay,
hi.
recording artist, athlete. Okay, songwriter. Um, yes. So
Yeah,
I
there are
just thought it
people
was a
who's like texting me things like,
yeah.
this is such a shame I don't speak English and I don't
What
understand
I
English.
was going to ask you, what does that say? Okay.
Sorry.
So they just said, who is that? Victor. Victor
Yeah, it's
Chester.
like, yeah, that's Victor. Привет, к
Oh,
сожалению, у нас эфир на английском, но слушай, может быть, когда-то возможность будет типа субтитры.
oh, so
It's just, you know,
beautiful.
it's good to...
It's okay because this is what it is about. I'm on the West Coast and you're in Eastern Europe. So I mean, we are genuinely connected, and we're connecting others. And even if you don't speak
Yeah,
English, Victor, we can feel your
stay with us. Оставайся
So
с нами, приходи.
let me ask you this: as far as influences, I know one of your big influences. Speaking of Drew Friedman, Whitney Houston. Talk to me about just what Whitney Houston, the movie Bodyguard, and things like that. What does that do for you when you? Because I still watch a lot of movies, and just it's like watching it from all over again from the beginning, first time, like
Yeah.
fresh. So what does that do for? Because we're talking about voices and vocal performers.
Um, is that unfortunately, I don't know why did that happen because like a lot of singers who I like, they used to listen to Celine Dion and Whitney Houston and huge pop divas whose voices are
I just that.
incredible.
Mm-hmm.
And but um when I was growing up, I was like when I was a little kid, I don't know why I didn't see those, you know, tapes and CDs with their music. Maybe it's like, you know, we used to be the countries who like really behind the world. So I guess when they were really popular, we only found out about them like later, like in 2 years or something. And that's why I was really into when I was like a little kid. I was a big fan of Britney Spears, Shakira, and Christina Aguilera. And then after that, it was just like, you know, oh, that's a cool music. I have no idea what they're singing about or like what's the language, but I'm just like I was just copying all that sounds and all that words, and I was
Yeah.
just like writing the words into my like laptop, like just like with Russian letters, English words.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's how you learn English.
So let me ask you this, and just for anybody who's just tapping in, we're live interview. This is an exclusive interview right now. We have this the exclusive interview right now with this amazing artist, recording artist all the way from Eastern Europe, Ukraine, LINATA. So just in case people are coming in and wondering who this beautiful, beautiful
What's going on?
artist is, let me ask you this: you actually. So you talked about Russian language. How many languages do you speak?
Let me see.
Ooh. Oh my
I
God.
definitely can speak Ukrainian and Russian, but they are kind of familiar but different. I can speak English,
Okay.
and I do understand a little bit of Italian and French because I used to learn them in the university and then later for my concerts and shows because a lot of beautiful music is in Italian language. And I was like, as a perfectionist, I was like, I can't just sing it without understanding what I'm singing. So I'm like, okay, let's learn Italian.
Wow. Girl, you speak,
That's
oh
me.
my God, I speak English.
But you speak it perfect.
Thank you. I would like to learn, I know a little bit of Espanol, okay? Just enough to
Oh.
say that I don't speak Espanol.
But
Enough.
still, if you can understand un poco, that's like
So
That's
you speak
perfect.
Spanish?
I know only few words. I
Un
think it doesn't
poquito,
count.
un
Un
poquito.
poco.
How about Dios te bendiga?
Oh, I don't know what's that.
I said God bless you.
Oh wow, that's
Yeah.
incredible. Thank you,
It's one
darling.
of the only sentences I know. The most important one.
Yeah, but that's a good
So,
phrase.
so you've come a long way on this journey. So far, so good.
I don't
Um,
know. I feel like an old woman.
no, I don't think that. But talk to me about the importance of, obviously, because you know this industry, right? So the importance of mental and spiritual health.
Can you please say it again? Because like I didn't hear well.
Okay, so talk to me about the importance, of course, because we're in an industry, of course, with a lot of different types of people, and a lot of pressure, a lot of challenges, right? So talk to me about mental health, the mind,
Mental health.
and spiritual health. Yeah,
That's like, yeah, I remember our conversation about it, and I started like with this, hi.
yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
not
It's
only
crazy,
singing
right?
and writing songs, you know?
Yeah,
I have no idea how did that happen. I remember myself like I'm not like I don't think that I have a special gift. I have a special gift as a singer and writer to like, share my emotions through
yeah,
music and through my voice. And I guess that's also a gift. And it's really important thing. Like I used to be in a cover band that I created by myself.
or
And
secret.
yeah, that was called First Secrets. And
Yeah,
when we were performing and I was kind of learning how to, communicate with audience, I saw that if you're just singing without understanding, people just go away or they just eating and don't like even look at you. But
yeah,
if you feel what you're singing about and you like living it through and you're going through the situations that you blah blah blah, people just stop eating and looking at you. And I was like, whoa, oh, whoa, this is working.
yeah,
And I guess that was the point when I decided to go deeper. And I really like, I started doing some meditations and stuff. And I also started reading some interesting books about like our souls and all about those connections.
I love that.
And it's really important, not only for any person on this planet, I guess. It's 100 degrees important for people who are influencers and showing their lives, especially me as an artist. I can't it's like me as a person, I have the right to spread anything to my friends, I guess. Or like,
Yeah,
I had a bad day. It's like I feel awful. I'm like a piece of, you know,
yeah,
I can kind of show the same stuff on Instagram and I will have a lot of flames. But the point is, oh, guys, well, I had this situation, but
yeah,
that's how I solve it. You
yeah,
know, I did a meditation, I read a book, I write a song, and that's how I feel better.
yeah.
I did a yoga class or something, and it's 100 like degrees or percent important for anyone on this planet, I guess.
Yeah, that's incredible because I think it's crucial no matter what industry you're in, really. I mean, you got to have some kind of outlet, besides what you're doing because if you don't break away and step away, I should say, even from work, like 8 to 5, whatever, it's like step away. Like, even like I was in this training class, the other day, and it was just like, even the trainer's just like, turn off your computer when you leave here. Like, don't go and still keep studying over because it was like my brain was on overload, right? So it's the same with this business, this industry. So
Hey, there's one guy who I'm so inspired. There's a Will
who's that?
Giddens over here, and
What
he's so awesome. Just like he's incredible.
is that?
I'm a big fan. Just so
Is
you
it
know.
real? Hello there. So let me ask you this. So speaking of people like what we're talking about, inspiration and other artists, um, as well as fans, you're cultivating relationships. Even us, we've networked now, and we're connected. So you're cultivating these relationships with other artists and other fans. How are you able to do that? Because I know during the pandemic, this is all we had really was this social media, which, made it, you know, the only source of being able to kind of show off our videos, our music. How are you able to continue to just meet all these amazing people and
I
make them a
guess
part of your world?
in a sort of a way, I was kind of lucky to go to LA in February and stuck there because of the COVID. And for the first time, I was like, oh, okay, it will like stop fast and it like go away. And the next month, like in few weeks, that was like, okay, I have no place to live. I have no money. What do I do? and and I was lucky enough to know a lot of singers and songwriters who were kind of in the same situation as I. And some people were leaving California and going to their states, and some people were staying. So I was able to stay at their places and share some apartments with them. But the thing is, as long as like I went to LA in February to the meetup that was like co-writing meetup, and there were around 50 people. So I kind of knew these people before, and through those people I get a lot more connections. So I was like, there's a law, like if I don't know how to say that it's called handshake, like three handshakes, or the theory, like if you know three people, these three people know 10 people, and that's how Whitney
Talk
Houston
about it,
or
girl. Yes, yes.
so, but it's like I wasn't really about someone famous or huge or big. I was just like, I was so open to, that's like my spiritual, I guess, creature who was so happy that this happened to me. And I was in acceptance of anything. So I was like, okay, you're a songwriter. Okay, let's write tomorrow.
Yeah.
And people were the same. And I don't care how many songs you write. I don't care who you know and how do you sing. It's just like you're the same human and you went through the same experience, but your experience is different. It's different. So we can share and like we can write about it, right? It doesn't matter. So I guess that's why I was really lucky to meet all those people who I met. Not many of them. I was lucky enough to get to know Stevie Mackey, and he's like, I had no idea who he was actually, like few months before, and I was like, okay. I was really shaken when I met him, but after I met the people who are really huge in the industry, I saw that the main point and the main thing that they are where they are just because they have open heart. And that was the biggest insight of my trip, was this, that all the people who are huge in the industry, they have open heart. But like all my friends, like news, I guess, uh, everything, TV, radio, they they say different things. Like the music business is really bad. They will treat you bad. They like blah 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 blah. I guess I wasn't really listening to that, because in my country people say like it's impossible to get into that business even that close as you get. And like in 6 months I did that, and I'm like, I guess this is not true. I'm not believing this.
Yeah.
So I guess in our life happens what we believe in, then we see it. That's like, this is really important.
That leads me into my, when I asked you that, do you believe to see or see to believe? Because you have to believe it. You
Exactly.
have to, and you have to see it. You honestly, it's funny because it kind of goes hand in hand. You have to see it here in order for it to come into fruition. And God, that's what God, of course, all He wants us to do is to believe. If you can
Yeah.
believe it, of course, you definitely will see it and receive it. And so, I love that I'm talking to you. It's refreshing to hear because, yes, there is people in different industries everywhere that are not all
Not
perfect,
good.
but there are, yes, we do understand there's a lot of people in our industry that are,
Anywhere.
yeah, but you stick with those who are good, and kind of filter out those who are not for you. And I think that's how it works, and that's in anything. You came in today, of course, to roll with me tonight. I brought you in to roll with me tonight. Is that it? It's trying to come on. Did you see that? It's like, and I want to talk about it a little bit. I want to talk about the creative process of this beautiful, of course, amazing cover, by the way.
Thank you. This cover happened just because I had this picture in my head, and I was like, this is impossible. When I first thought about it, this is impossible. Like, forget about it. Yeah. But I didn't. That's why you see that cover.
So talk to me about the creative process of Roll Tonight.
Oh my God, it happened. That was like the few days before I left LA. That was like June or something. And I met incredible Jay Denton, who's like, he's co-owner of Endure Studios, and he's really, like, he's a kind person, first of all. And like, that would attract me in people. Like, you need to be just kind inside. That's it. That's all you need to be. So we just met, and we were just talking, and he's like, I'm really busy this week. And then he was like, well, like, maybe this Friday, like, when are you leaving? I'm like, Saturday. Okay, let's write a song on Friday. Okay, let's do it. I'm free. Like, whatever.
Just connecting all the dots. This is amazing.
And I'm like, okay, all right, why not? So we did that. I came to his studio, and like, his place is really amazing. He has a bunch of guitars, and he's really creative person from the inside, and like, he has lots of ideas that he had this in his head, and now you can see it, like, you can touch it, and that inspired me a lot. So he had some guitar loop or something like that, and he was like, what do we write? I'm like, let's do whatever. I'm like, I'm not really like, I would like to write this or like
it should come natural.
If I have a song and I'm like burning, like, oh, I have the song, it's like, I can be this way, but if I have a song. But that day I was like, let's do whatever. And he's like, I have this guitar loop, and let's just dive in. So we did, and I guess we write and record the song within 5 or 6 hours with all the like back vocals and layers and like the whole song, like verse, chorus, bridge, and like 2 choruses. And I was like, whoa, I had no idea this is possible. I heard that people tell stories that this is possible, but now I am an example of doing this kind of a song that's like within 1 day, it's done.
Well, it's well done. Okay. Congratulations. That was when I first, of course, was able to connect with you when this first dropped. So I just thought it was like, oh, thank you, God. And I was just so impressed, and still am very impressed. The visual came shortly after. We brought everybody into the visual. And I'm just astounded with your professionalism and your background. And of course, like, again, now knowing that you are, have a degree in contract law, copyright law, I should say. It's just interesting. A lot of our things, when we were talking now, I realized that's why I like you. We have a lot in common, because I studied jurisprudence for a while. When I was in college. It's funny, I wanted to be a criminal defense attorney.
Whoa.
Yeah. Crazy, girl. I wanted to defend those who are really, really innocent, though. Like, not.
I understand. I had the same, like, the reason I went to this degree was like, I wanted some, what's the word? I don't remember the word. Let me see. I'm even using the translator thing. Justice. I wanted justice.
Justice. Yeah.
There should be justice in this world. That's why I'm going to get the legal degree, right?
Yeah.
Law degree.
Yeah, there should always be justice. Yes.
But the funny thing about, like,
Oh, go ahead.
One sentence about the justice. That was our first course of doing my copyright degree, and we had a tutor who says, um, "Relax, guys. There is no justice at all." And we're like, "Okay, that's cool." But
guess what?
and like it kind of, yeah, it kind of disappoints us, but it was kind of the truth that time
True.
in my
Yes,
country, and yeah.
well, you've seen it, even over there, even remember when during the middle of the pandemic, when that happened with George Floyd, it was like it ignited this whole race acknowledgement all over again, because it is not over. Like, it's hidden, it's dormant at times, but it's never just gone. It's like, when people talk about it so much, it's over 400 years, but I mean, it's probably longer than that. Really, if you think about it, it's like, why is there so much injustice for people, of color,
It's really crazy,
and of
yeah.
any color that's not, what do you call it? I don't even want to call them, popular anymore. People call us the minority, but I think we are now the majority. Anyone who is not, who is of ethnic background, a different culture, a different country, we are the majority. You know what I'm saying? So there's always going to be something because of that. And I think it's okay a little bit, because it's just saying, like, thank you, Jesus. We must be the best. We must be doing something right. We're here. We're popular. We're athletic. We're talented. All this great stuff. So, but then, that's a whole nother interview, right? So we could be like talking about that for like 5 days. So this one behind that we're looking at is How to Love, which is another one of my favorites, the visual, another amazing. So I went all the way back to the beginning. People that have interviewed, they know I will go all the way to the beginning of your discography, just to kind of understand who you are. I went to Find You, the single, with you and Taylor Graves. Isn't that something? Find You. I went to Find You. Talk to me about 2017, because that's how far back I dug, right?
Yeah.
Talk to me about the evolution, right, between 2017 and Find You and now, because you also just did a cover visual of Say My Name, Call My Name.
Call Me by Your Name.
Yeah, it's a visual, but it's still a beautiful, beautiful visual, by the way. But talk about the evolution, because that's the growth I want to talk about, from Find You to Roll Tonight, How to Love, to Call Me by Your Name.
So yeah, you're like yeah, that's really you dive deep, and that's really cool. I would love to. I like this vibe that I'm going to right now and through. So I feel like I never wanted to be in the US, and I never dreamed about the Hollywood and being famous. I was just like, I like singing, just give me the stage and the mic. Like, I don't care.
Yeah.
So I remember that day Instagram was just like, growing, and I was following Christina Aguilera, and I guess I saw the poster or something, like that was a movie Burlesque that was huge.
Oh,
and in that movie there were a piano player who is my co-writer and co-singer in that song. So I just went to his profile and I just texted him, "Hey, I'm a singer, I'm from Ukraine, let's like, I don't know." And he's like, "Oh, you sing? Oh, okay. Let's like do a song together or something." I don't remember like the exact words, but we ended up, he sent me the demo with some words and some melodies, and like he says, "Just do your thing." And I was like, I was really scared to do that, but I did.
Yeah.
And he says like, "Whoa, you have no accent and you sing good. That's cool."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Oh, what?" Because I had no idea. I really love singing and I like English a lot. I even did some lessons, and I was given like a lot of lessons to people, like just to get them inspired and learn the language. It's really beautiful. And all you need to do, you just need to be patient with the words. That's all you need.
Yes. Yes. I love
It's
that.
not that hard. So yeah, and I remember I was um, in the mood like going to the US and kind of explore the country because my visa was ending, and I was like, I need to use it because I really want to see the country. And I was thinking like, how can I um, kind of um, do
You're
the
fine.
same thing, do both stuff at the same time, like travel and get some music done or something. Because I wasn't really like into writing or that much. I was just doing my covers, and we were really like good here in Ukraine. We were kind of famous, and we had a lot of shows. And I
Yeah.
was fully booked for December, so I just texted Taylor like, "Can I like visit? Like, can I see you? Will you like be in the country?" Because he was also traveling and doing some shows with Kimbra in Australia, in Bali, and like he was like all the way around. And I was just curious, like, can we like work when I be there? And he's like, yeah, sure, like let me tell you. So that's how I went there for only 1 month in 2016. We ended up the song, and um I was just learning from him as much as I can. I was writing songs, and he was saying like, "Oh, this is really bad. Oh, you need to rewrite. Oh, this is not how we say." And I
Mm,
was like, "Whoa!" I was just like, this sponge bob that just soaking in all the experience that I can get. It's
yeah.
again, is this like I was really open to like learn and just see what it's like because I'm new in this,
Yeah.
and so he introduced me to a lot of people who who were in the business that day. He used to work with Mark Miller, and he used to work with Ty Dolla Sign, and
Uh,
we were in his house. And also he introduced me to Lionware, who used to work with Michael Jackson, but he unfortunately he died. He's like also the kindest person on earth, and so that was like a tiny piece. And then I left, and we ended up to releasing that song. And after that, I kind of paused my writing. I don't even know why, because this when you have a lot of shows and people book you, you think that you're like kind of a it's okay, like just like
yeah.
I was kind of a happy, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I didn't believe in myself as a like lead singer and doing my own stuff. I
Yeah.
just released that song, and we had a lot of more demos with Taylor actually, and I think
Mm,
I still need to get back to them because they're really cool.
absolutely. Beautiful voices together. You
Yeah,
guys just mesh totally.
exactly. Even like some of my relatives, they told me like, "Whoa, like you have some features in your
Mhm.
faces that are like in common." And he kind of reminds my mom. He's like, that's my brother in, I don't remember, just like
Yeah.
relatives, you know.
Like
And
brother from another.
when I saw him, like, do I know you? Like,
Did I ask
probably,
you?
like right now you do. It's really
So
strange,
yeah,
I
when you
guess.
do that too, it's timeless music, LINATA. So, you release it, no one knows. We're from, like, when we hear it the first time, it's new to us. It could be from 1990, So I just think it's always smart, yeah, to go back and listen to everything that, of course, you have, because it's
Yeah.
it's always new to us. So let me ask you this. This is a time period when I talk about, when I mentioned to you wordplay, right? So I like to bring up different words, words that, of course, you, of course, know, or words that I think of that reminds me of you or possibly your music. So when I bring up these words, I want you to tell me what's the first thing that comes to mind. Okay?
Oh, okay, I'll try. I'll try.
What do you have, your translator?
I
I
do.
won't make it like crazy difficult. Okay. You ready?
Okay, I'll try.
A few of them you just said, so we'll go with some of the ones you also just mentioned too. Okay. Patience.
Patience. Let me see. I'll just
Patience.
double check.
You're good.
Um, I
What's the
guess.
first thing that comes to mind when I say patience to you?
I guess it's like the first thing that comes to my mind. It's like it's my life. Because when I went to LA, I was 100% patient. I'm not expecting anyone to make me like a huge star or a
Yeah.
celebrity. I'm not expecting people to work with me and, invite me anywhere. Or like I'm not expecting anything. And I guess it's the best thing that I can do for myself, for my mental health. Because there's a word that happiness, if you're is when you don't expect anything. That's why you stay happy and you remain happy. But unhappy is when you expecting something from someone and this doesn't happen. That's why you're unhappy.
Well,
So
yeah, I like that. I like that analogy when it comes to to people, because we should never expect anything from people. People can let us down.
but
So
we have, the another thing that they do have the right to do what they want. We kind of can't make them do something.
talk
And
about it.
that's why, like that's why I really appreciate you like inviting me and contacting me and like, and that's why I appreciate any other people calling me or texting me or something, because they have the right not to.
Yeah, they don't have to. I love that. I love that, LINATA. Um, the next word.
Let me see.
This one shouldn't be hard. You write about it a lot.
Okay.
Love.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Love.
Let me see. I
First
don't
thing
know
that comes to
why.
mind when I say the word love.
I guess the first thing that comes to my mind is like I'm kind of open for now to like meet someone and
Okay.
call it love. But at the same time, I do understand that this is more about what do we attract. So if you want to meet someone who you want to love and he loves you back, you need to have it within you. So we need to love ourselves, we need to love what we do. And it's kind of not like we need to, but it will come to you when you do. So, and I do realize that all the things that's happening in my life right now, it's about that. And I'm kind of learning to love myself and what I do, and be happy with myself. That's how I do attract the love from the outside.
Ooh, love it. And the other one that I feel about you is obviously why you are where you're at is consistency.
Oh, yeah. Hi. You know,
Consistency.
I'm not perfect. I'm
Yeah.
not perfect. I'm not consistent at so many things, but at the same time, I kind of I do realize that I do some things that I love
Yes.
consistently.
Woo.
And I guess love comes first. When you I don't even know how to describe it. I just love singing or writing, and
Yeah.
that's why I do it consistently. Not even thinking about it like it should be consistent, like Instagram or Instagram stories. Oh, I
Yeah.
need to post. Oh, I
Yeah.
need to do that. Oh,
Yeah.
I don't think that. Oh, I need to write song. I just come to this piano and like I cry out myself, and that's how the song, comes.
Absolutely amazing, girl. Um, what was the first album that you can remember that you purchased? A full CD or full album?
Let me see.
Who was it? I'm trying to remember the first album I purchased. Ooh, I don't
I
want to.
think it's either Shakira or
Really?
Christina Aguilera. I guess it was Christina Aguilera.
The full album?
Yeah, where was Genie in a Bottle and All I Want Is You, Come On
Oh.
Here, Baby. I don't remember what was that, but
Oh.
that was the totally pop album. And then when back in the day, Back to Basics. That was Back to Basics with the jazz. I was blown up with this album. I was like screaming these songs all out in my flat, and I guess my neighbors were really happy to hear that.
They're
As a
like,
joke, of
who
course,
is
but
this? Well, guess what? At least you can sing, because it'd be different if you were next door howling. I'll be like, who in the
absolutely.
hell?
Absolutely.
So we talked a lot about your strengths, Linata. You know, a lot about your talents and gifts. Tell me a weakness that you have.
Ooh, I really love sweets.
Mm. You like, I'll give you one.
But that's
Girl.
like, this is really my struggle. And I do realize how bad is sugar for our health, for our
Yeah.
skin, for our bones, for like the whole body. But I think it's a balance. We need to find balance between those, like things. If we say, oh, this is prohibited, you can do it,
Yeah.
that's how you want it more. So it's all about the balance. Another negative side is, I guess, when I see a big project coming in or something, or I need to do something, I start worrying about it and not doing it like until the deadline. And then when the deadline comes, I'm like, oh, I need to do it.
Yeah,
And I guess it's not good.
no.
It's better I really like to divide projects in parts and do it part by part, having some pleasure after doing it and just like relax and do it. But no,
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
is not me. I'm getting there.
Anxiety to doing things or fear. It's like you've
Exactly.
wasted 2 and 3 days have gone by and you could have been finished.
Exactly.
It's like,
But I will tell you the story behind the How to Love song. I was uh like 1 month before my trip to LA to this meetup where we need to show our songs and stuff. I haven't wrote anything.
mm,
And I was feeling like I'm like the worst person on the world. And but like few nights before, I wrote it. I wrote the whole song, and then I wrote the next one and the next one. And I think this is so important to understand this, because I guess creativity and songwriting, it's not about like you have to, or like, I guess this type of songs that comes to you from I don't know where, they are not about the schedule. They are
no,
about where you when you experience something. It's like, when you're like cooking soup or some dish. It will be ready when it will be ready, not when you want it to be ready. So I learned how to accept this and not to feel like
pressure. Yeah.
yeah, feel really bad about it. I learned how to accept the situation, and okay, maybe it needs to be this way. So like the next day will bring you something better.
I like that because it's kind of like, I was saying this yesterday. We give birth to our songs, You sometimes, I mean, especially me, it's like I know my strength to me is more vocal, but I'm still want to get more better at writing, where somebody can be a better writer and less vocal, so but it's like you still do it anyway. Like you said, and I love that you said that earlier. It's like do it anyway, because there's no perfection. Um, I just think it's amazing um, how powerful a person's gifts can be and how they make room for all of everything that has come behind it, because that's what's happening for you big time. So if you weren't doing music, if you weren't doing law, what would Lenata be doing?
I
Coach
don't know.
Lizzie.
Maybe I would be like a yoga teacher or something, or like a
Really?
spiritual guru. I don't know.
Hot yoga?
Not hot yoga,
Hot
relaxing
yoga?
one. Relaxing when like dead body pose. Like
Ooh. Wait, I tried hot yoga one time, girl. Oh my God. And like I said, one time.
I guess you need to be really patient with your health. If you don't feel well after that, like it's not your type, definitely. Only
Yeah,
if you feel good after that and in the
it's,
process.
it's dangerous. I'm going to play your song again. Hold on a second. I don't want to lose you.
Okay, which one?
I'm going to play. Hold on a second. I'm going to play. Here we go. I don't want us to cut off. I'm going to play, of course, what's behind us. And I want everybody to know while I'm doing that where they can find you aside from Instagram, your YouTube channel, any other platforms that you're on. Let everyone know where they can find LINATA's music, and I'm going to pull up.
Whoa. Oh yeah, it's like yeah, it's everywhere, I guess.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of trying to grow YouTube, which is really hard. It's all about consistency, actually.
Yeah, it is about consistency. What should I play? How to Love or Roll Tonight?
Let's do How to Love.
Okay. I played, I love the visual. I'll play the everybody. How to love, how to love. This video is amazing, girl.
Thank you. It was shot in 3 different spots, I guess.
Talk about it.
So, oh my God, I gained, I'm like almost 10 kilograms bigger, over there. Not, yeah, than in the other, shots. And I was really worrying about that, and I felt really uncomfortable. I had no budget to complete that video because I had some shots from LA where I don't sing, and I need some shots where I do sing. And we find kind of familiar spot here in Ukraine, close to the sea. And so we did those shots, and oh my God. And then I spent almost 5 days with my friend editing that.
Wow.
Yeah,
5 days.
almost 5 days, because we were trying to pick the greatest shots and like match them together, and so everyone would be happy.
That's a lot. That's a lot, but it came out. Look how beautiful it came out. So this is the visual for How to Love. This is LINATA. We have been interviewing. We are having an international recording artist here with us, everybody, all the way from Ukraine. It is 9 o'clock there now. I'm here on the West Coast of Cali. This amazing interview is going to be available after on the Face Behind the Brand YouTube channel. You can click the link in my bio and pull it up. If you're not following, subscribe and follow. This is How to Love. Hold on, I hear something else. I don't want too many songs playing at the same time. Okay, there we go. Start that over. You hear it okay? Yeah. Thinking of, hey.
You want to show me.
Thinking of. Woo. So beautiful. Next to each other.
You're kind of getting me back to the process and writing. Oh,
That's you, girl.
yeah.
The perfect location for this song.
Yeah, that's my favorite. We shoot it blindly covered on the same beach. And that's the gospel part where Stevie helps a lot.
Yes.
I was lost.
Definitely necessary.
Kind of.
Yeah. How to love, everybody. LINATA, Ukraine. Available right now on all platforms. You have just watched this amazing exclusive interview with this incredible artist. I'm so thankful, humbled, and grateful that we
Thank you
connect.
so much, darling. It's like, it's heaven to me. It's a blessing. It's a true blessing to have such a deep conversation. And
Absolutely.
I appreciate you a lot. Thank you so much for this time. This is like the most beautiful hour of my September.
Oh, thank you. I'm glad we connected.
Yeah.
I'm just so glad, and let's stay in touch.
There's
Absolutely.
like a secret information. I'm going to be in LA in October. Let's meet up.
Wait. Oh, wait. When in October?
Yeah.
Can you tell me when on here, or you want to tell me?
I'll text you.
Okay. I'm like, when? I'm traveling also in October, and I'll tell you where also. It's like, it's so much going on. So, yeah,
I
right
hope
after this.
we will connect.
Yeah, but
Find out.
I will make time. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to post this, as I mentioned to everybody. I will upload this to do the, the snippet of it to Instagram page, but then I'll do the full hour on YouTube. Okay, so just click the link in the bio, and you will see this amazing, amazing conversation, this dialogue with LINATA here on the Face Behind the Brand. I appreciate you so much, Queen.
Thank you, darling. I appreciate you too.
I see you soon.
See you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.